What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I don't know if you've been keeping up with Loki. I certainly haven't been, as I don't have a Disney Plus subscription, but I kind of follow along the plot lines and the episode reviews. From what I can tell, the show is fine. Like, it's fine outside a little bit of the marketing kind of wonk and pandering that they've done online. I hear the show is fine. I think I've always liked Owen Wilson, even though Owen Wilson always plays Owen Wilson, just like he does in this show. And I don't want to get to the point where I'm just hating on everything because it's Disney or Marvel. My viewership, it's about 100 to 200,000 of you who are active viewers. You know where I stand with Disney. Their product, pop culture-wise, is always going to be noteworthy and always going to have to be commented on. So, it's fine, but I'm not going to pretend like I watch the show and I hate it just because it's Disney. But viewership numbers apparently not looking good. So this article via Bounding into Comics says Loki viewership numbers reportedly tumble over 160,000 between episode 1 and 3. Marvel Studios' most recent Disney Plus series, Loki, is seeing fans abandon the show in large numbers, with data company Samba TV reporting viewership has declined by over 100,000 viewers between the first and third episode. That's not uncommon. A lot of people will tune into a show and, not like what they see and then bail. Also, as I wanted to point out in viewership numbers, last week was Father's Day, so maybe that had to do something. Although Loki comes out on Wednesdays, Father's Day was on the weekend. They noted, even though it premiered on a Wednesday, it brought a higher premiere day viewership than the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier or WandaVision. In fact, later that day, they shared a comparison of premiere day viewership between the three shows. As you can see below, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, according to their data, was viewed by 759,000 households. WandaVision viewed by 655,000. Now, this is not that uncommon if we look at the way that, the momentum builds. You get more and more people kind of coming in late. Obviously, more and more people purchasing Disney Plus, having Disney Plus. So there's obviously that. You see 890,000 U.S. households watch the series. Even though it premiered on a Wednesday, it crushed. While the first episode of Loki was viewed by 890,000 households during its premiere, that doesn't really feel that. I mean, Tucker Carlson gets, 2.8 million, 2.4 million per episode. That, I guess it's different, though, because cable versus extra premium on Disney. I don't know. Samba TV recently released numbers for the show's third episode, noting that it was only viewed by 727,000 households. Now, I don't know how accurate Samba is. This is going to be a problem going forward. This is a total bummer for this channel because, we used to talk about a lot of kind of like, oh, here's this woke garbage movie that everyone says we have to go see on a Friday. And then Monday we would have box office numbers and we would laugh and meme and dunk on it. Well, now box office numbers are complicated because if you're Disney, for example, with Black Widow, you're going to have, thousands of people purchase it for $30 on Disney Plus platform. And you're not going to report that. Maybe you'll, give us some loose numbers, but it's difficult to know like that weekend. They're probably only reporting it when it's good. That's an 18% decline from the first episode and a total decline of 163,000 households. Not only is Samba TV showing a decline in viewership for Loki, but as YouTuber Heel vs. Babyface points out, the series is also seeing a decline in Google Trends. I saw that, as pointed this out, I mean, the only difference is, for whatever reason, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was just, and again, by the way, you have to understand Google Trends. This is not a measurement of numbers. Like, this isn't 100,000 viewers. This date, March 7th, indicates when interest in WandaVision was at an all-time high as a scale, right? Interest over time. You can see Falcon and the Winter Soldier, never really that high of interest. These are in comparison, of course. Then Loki reaching, its peak and then falling off. WandaVision had several peaks throughout the interest, and this is over a 12-month period, of course. As for why he believes the show is falling off a cliff, as states, it's very, very obvious to see why, because Marvel, Disney, whichever you want to put it, are hiring selfish, self-absorbed, narcissistic activists who can't see past their skin, who can't see past their orientations, who force their politics on people into the show. I think, obviously that's part of it. Also, I think it's important to note that Loki's coming out in summer when everybody's off school. And if you're in the Midwest, there's like a 4-month window when you can do like summer related things. We go to we go to county fairs, state fairs, we go to water parks, we go to camping, hiking, air shows, these things. When you live in everywhere has a winter potentially, but it's not like California where your WIMP's winters are like still 60 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a literal 6-month period or 5-month period in Wisconsin or the Midwest where like you're not going outside unless you're into winter sports, which is a much smaller group of people. So I think part of it is that it's winter time or it's summertime and a lot of people are out of school enjoying that. And obviously the politics is another thing too. And they don't have your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions remotely in mind. They don't care about you. It's about pushing on you, educating you. And even if they don't educate you, they don't care. I don't disagree with that statement. I do agree that, the ideological push, slant, or whatever you want to call it for Disney Plus is by far the most important thing to a lot of these people that work there. Far more important than like putting out a good show, for example. And you see a lot of these articles, right? They're not writing about how good Loki is. They're writing about Loki being bi isn't a big representational win that some are making it out to be. So essentially, yes, we want representation, but actually not like that. And this is like a never-ending battle for these Hollywood companies to like continue to beg this small vocal minority to sign off on everything. You can see Polygon Loki reinvents every Marvel movie for the better. What? This was written today. While I like the Loki character and the actor that plays him, them, I don't know. Loki, the series never really interested me, mostly because, I was so disenchanted with with Disney Plus. I thought WandaVision was okay. I thought there were some pretty bad gaps in terms of like understanding, accepting that Wanda was actually the villain was something that Disney never acknowledged. And I thought that if they had, that would have been better. I thought, obviously the Mandalorian was great. Falcon and the Winter Soldier had some big, weird ideological things. You had people like Tim Pool saying, oh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is super woke. And then like the next week saying, oh, it's actually super American, not woke. Regardless of whatever take is correct, I don't want that conversation. And then you had the lead actor in Falcon and the Winter Soldier has to come out and say like, no, two men can be friends. They don't have to be romantic. And then Twitter lost their collective mind because they couldn't ship the two characters. It was all just a disaster. These are the fans that, Disney clearly wants. And I don't want any part of it. If you're enjoying Loki, I think that's awesome. I don't want you to feel bad about it. I think I've gone too far. Like, I think that I saw myself going down this road where I was just like dumping on things for the sake of dumping on it and kind of forgetting that there are people that, they just want to enjoy a show. They don't really want to deal with all this, shenanigans. And who am I to try to make them feel bad for that? If you want to watch The Mandalorian next season, like, that's cool. Like, I'm not going to pay for it, but also I'm not going to moralize over you if you just really like The Mandalorian and you don't want to rob yourself of that. That's totally fine. And you know what? By the way, this week it's been really great in terms of people subscribing. So I want to thank you. And if you haven't yet, There's a red subscribe button down right below the video. Whether you're on mobile phone or your desktop, please do consider clicking it right now. Help the channel grow. It'll be the only way you find my videos. I do 5 to 7 videos a day on this channel. Plus, I have a second channel called Midwestly where I do 2 to 3 videos a day there. I would love for you to subscribe to both of them, but this one will do for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.